Hi there, I am Vincenzo Bellanova, and this is my Wwise implementation reel using Unity 3D Game Kit. Before diving into the sound redesign and implementation, I profiled the game to create an asset list so I could stay organized, plan my work, and keep track of the progress. For my reel, I focused on the chomper, the grenade golem, the main character, Ellen, and the environment. I started building my sound palette by recording as much as I can and synthesizing a lot of different assets. I worked mainly in Reaper and Ableton Live while I used Isotope RX to clean up the recordings. The golem has different movements, vocalizations, for which I used my voice and synthesizers, and attacks, including melee attacks, long-range attacks, and a defense shield. For the movements and the hits, I used different metal sources as the main element. I then added synthetic servo movements and extra metal jingles in different containers. For the ambiences, I used ambience loops of different lengths I recorded during my field recording trips, and I processed some manual recordings randomly triggered to make the environment more alive. Lastly, I synthesized some sci-fi ambiences to match the style of the game. I used synthesizers for the airship and the firefly sounds. For the teleporter, I used granular synthesis to create a dense and mystic texture. For Ellen's movements and emotes, I recorded sources with the help of my sister. I started with the footsteps on various surfaces, and then I proceeded to record all the emotes. The wet footsteps are the only sound in the whole redesign I took from external sound libraries. For the weapon sound, I designed some whooshes and a tonal, metallic sound to layer on top. The chomper has many vocalizations that I recorded on my own and layered with some dog recordings, then processed. For the bite, I added some foot cracking and an electronic drum kick to provide an extra punch and a strong feeling of being hit. For the footsteps, I used working gloves on different surfaces. Here's some of the highlights of what I did in Wwise. For the ambiences, I used blend containers to combine stereo beds and random containers for the animals, each with their own random positioning in the space. For the golem footsteps, I used different random containers to create as much variation as possible and to have more control over them. For Ellen's weapon, I tried to emphasize the different force of the attacks, driving distortion, pitch shifting, and extra low end with an RTPC as the attacks are progressing. When mixing, I try to prioritize some elements and to use sidechain to create space. The teleporter is ducking the general ambience level, and the golem defense shield is ducking both the ambience and Ellen's movement sounds. Voice optimization has been taken into account, especially for the chompers. They often appear in groups, and everything can get quite crowded easily. So I set a maximum number of voices to focus only on the closest and loudest elements. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to reach out.